Hello you lovely people, and welcome back to Philippine life through the eyes of an expat. Stephen here. Being materialistic, I think that's a Western thing, being materialistic. I'm not materialistic anymore. Since I've been in the Philippines, I started to be when I first came here. I was, I brought that Western way with me. And I wanted to buy nice this, nice that. And here it really doesn't matter. I think when you get that the Western mindset of being materialistic out your head, it gives you a great sense of being financially free. And being financially free, meaning you haven't got to keep up with anybody, like your neighbours or someone like that in your own country, because I remember back home where I lived, and my next door neighbour was the same name as me, Steve. Really nice guy, but every time I bought something new, he would buy something new. Like, for an example, when I bought a new car, a couple of months later he would buy a new car, but it was bigger and better than my car. And furniture as well. When we used to buy furniture, and everyone was looking out the windows. Oh, look, Steve's got a new sofa, a new settee. Steve's had a new this and new that being delivered. But here, I don't have that whatsoever. So I am financially free of that burden of trying to keep up with people. Because here, where I am in the province here, no one cares. In fact, there's a guy building a house just over the road from where I am. Filipino. And we had a couple of sets of bamboo furniture. And the set that we had was or one of the sets was upstairs in the house, because we was going to leave all that open plan, but we've changed our mind now, because when it rains and the wind, it kind of blows a bit of the rain in. In fact, it blows a lot of the rain in upstairs. So we've decided to make a couple of bedrooms up there and put a toilet up there and things like that. But anyway, so the bamboo furniture that we had, I said to Jan across the road, I said, do you want this? Yes, my friend, yes. And we just, I think it was 5-piece set or something like that, 4 or 5-piece set. And we just gave it away. And bamboo furniture in my country is very expensive. Here, I think I paid about, 6,000-7,000 for it, pesos. And it was just upstairs doing nothing. It really was. It was just up there. It was just sat up there. No one was going upstairs, because we've got to put some ceilings in there as well, and some kind of heat resistant, heat reflective, because it's so hot up there, until we put the heat reflective insulation in some ceilings there. So we don't go upstairs. And I just give it away to Jan. And so what I mean is, here, I don't care, I don't care what I have, what I don't have. I haven't got that burden. And I think that's a great thing to have, So the money that we have every month, we aren't constantly replacing things, like we did, or like I did when I was back home. In the UK, replace this, replace that, if it was a couple of years old, replace it. Now I don't replace anything till it breaks. That's the way I am, and it's just a good thing to be like that, I think. So yeah, I think you've got to you've got to leave that. You haven't got to, but I think to come here with a Western mindset, you have a lovely house, you have the best of this, the best of that. That's your prerogative, that's that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I don't do that anymore. I haven't got that burden, like I said, that financial burden, because it is a financial burden if you keep replacing things all the time. So yeah, again, so not only living in a better place with better weather and a slower pace of life, and needing very little money to survive for the month, from month to month. Don't need a lot of money. It's just a great thing to be able to do. It's a great thing to be able to do. I can live here on 1 month salary that I get here, because I'm only on a small salary. So I get, such and such amount. Well, I would spend my month's salary in 1 week in the UK. And for what? And there's a lampinig or a bee, whatever the Filipino name or the Visaya name is lampinig, and it's coming near me, and I got stung in the eye, in the corner of my eye the other day. It's all red inside. I got stung twice by it, actually. One here and one here. So I'm moving away from that. So, yeah, I've got like a sense of financial freedom. And luckily, my wife is the same as me. In fact, my wife is a saver. She doesn't go out and buy things all the time. In fact, she doesn't buy things at any time, really, unless she actually needs that thing to buy. And then she'll go and buy it. But she's a great saver. A great, great, great saver. Maybe many Filipinos are not like that. I don't know. I haven't been with any except my wife, to be honest. So yeah, she's a great, great saver. And next time I do a video down here, I'm going to put a hat on. I'm going to put a crash helmet on, just in case these coconuts get me. Don't think a crash helmet would offer much protection, but it's better than hitting the skull direct. So, I think, if you're coming here, don't worry about that materialistic way that we have in our country, because we don't need to be. Because where I am, no one's in competition with anybody. No one is in competition with anybody. And even if they were, I wouldn't be joining into that competition and replacing things if I didn't need to. So yeah, there is that. Oh look, there's something buzzing around me. I don't know what that was. And today is not many more days to my son's birthday. So tomorrow I'm going to go into the city, and I'm not having a big birthday for him with lots of people around, because like I said before, he doesn't like a lot of people around, and he doesn't like to see a pig, like a lechon pig on the table. So we're just going to go out, we're just going to have a McDonald's, not tomorrow, on his birthday, which is next week. We're going to go into McDonald's next week for his birthday, have McDonald's and buy him some toys and let him choose. But tomorrow, so he's got something to open on his birthday, I am going to actually buy some, what I think he might like, and then when he wakes up in the morning, it'll be like Christmas, I will just place them in different places, like a little toy here, a little toy there, something that's not too expensive, because he breaks them anyway. He's so rough, he's so boisterous. So a couple of 100 pesos each toy. I'll buy a few of them, maybe spend 1,000 pesos or something like that, 2,000 maximum on some bits and pieces. And it'd be like Easter, the Easter egg hunt, but I'll put the toys around in different places and let him find them. And then on his birthday, he will have that when he wakes up. And then we'll go to McDonald's, and then I'll take him into the toy shop and let him choose a toy or two that he likes. Because what I might get him, he might not like. I hope he does. Because, we don't buy him toys very often. Because I think that if you keep buying children things what they want all the time, it doesn't bring them up to be a good person, because they just get things when they want and they expect it. So it's my philosophy that reward them when they're good, but don't spoil them. Don't spoil them all the time. Yes, we have kids to spoil them, but not spoil them all the time, meaning by buying them things all the time, buying them toys, buying them this, buying them that, because they grow up to not respect what they have. And my wife totally agrees with me, so I haven't got that to contend with against her, so she agrees with me on that. The guy up there's a guy up here, and he's called Ronell, and he's a Tanduay drinker. Tanduay is very big in the Philippines, and many foreigners drink Tanduay as well. I think I drank it once. I got so drunk on Tanduay when I first came to the Philippines, I fell asleep on a bridge. I was fishing with a Filipino friend that I met who was an angler. Drinking Tanduay, I fell asleep on the bridge all night, and my head for the next 3 days after that was banging, and I've never drank it since. But the guy up here, he's a Tanduay drinker. I think most days he drinks it. He does work, you know. He does the coconut, the copra, you know. He does copra, and he's got pigs. He sells the pigs. He's got chickens. He sells the chickens, and whatever else he does. But yeah, I just heard him shouting in a good way. He's happy. Drunk. You gotta love the Philippines. So yes, how much money do we need to be here? Well, that is all dependent upon you. It's dependable on yourself. You know how you want to live. But we live on very little, and we don't live a squatter's life, as the guy said in a couple of videos ago in a comment. So squatters, we don't live like squatters. You know, our house, we've been building it for 2 or 3 years. It's not finished, but it's not a race. You know, it's not, oh, I've got to get this money this week and I've got to do a little bit. No, we just continue when we have the money. So it's hinay lang, slowly. So yeah, we haven't got no pressures. And pressures, you know, pressures gives you stress. Stress shortens your life. The Filipinos have quite a short life, I believe, but it's not because of stress. I think it's because of the diet. Maybe eating too much pig, maybe not having checkups and things like this at the doctors, maybe drinking too much alcohol as well. But it's certainly not through stress. I don't know any Filipinos that are stressed through life. They just get on with it, you know. And I've tried to adapt to that way. Is just get on with it, you know. Just make the best of what you've got, and be thankful and be happy of what you've got. I think that's very important, you know. To be thankful, you know, to be thankful for life, and to be thankful for what you have attained in this life. And I'm very thankful. You know, when I was in England, to be honest, I used to drink a bit too much because I was on my own. I used to go out with friends weekends and sat on a bar stool with friends just drinking. Yes, having fun, laughing, joking. But is that living? I don't think it is. I think it's just passing time, you know. And every day that goes by, we can never get that day back. We can never get it back. And I think living your best life. Well, I'm now living my best life. You know, I am living my best life. But if I was in England, I wouldn't have been living my best life, because I was always feeling very unsettled about the way my life was heading. I was always feeling very unsettled. But here, that was a tucko, one of these lizards. It was just going to start. Tuku, tuku. It stopped. So yeah, I'm very, very settled and contented in my life here, with much less than I've ever had. But it goes to prove that you don't need to be certain characters, don't need to be materialistic to have a good time or to enjoy themselves, you know, to lead their best life. I certainly don't. I'm not materialistic. I think I used to be, you know, back home, but I think I was just like everybody else. You know, I think I purely was just like everybody else. So, you know, and self-esteem. You know, I think when you get yourself in a dark place, meaning, you know, being in a dark place, and we can be in a dark place anywhere. We can be in a dark place here. We can be in a dark place in any country, any place. But you got to think, what took you to that dark place? And that dark place where you're feeling a bit depressed, you're feeling a bit, despondent and, wondering what life is all about. Then you've really got to think, and you've got to take things in hand, because no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to take you out of that dark place, and medication certainly will not take you out of that dark place. It'll probably put you in a worse place eventually. It might make you feel better, in a certain way, but the medication that you will take, you'll probably become reliant upon them, so you'll become addicted, and it will probably damage other organs in your body in the meantime. So we've got to take into account what makes us feel depressed and what brings us down. And once we figure out, chicken behind me, see? And once we figure out what it is, and then we can do something about it. But the worst thing what we can do is wallow in it, having self-pity and, thinking that the world owes us a favour. The world doesn't owe us a favour. We owe the world a favour, I think, by being here. The nice people, not the warmongers at the moment, what's going on in the world, these leaders of the world, they just, I don't know what's going on at the moment. We live in a very unstable world, guys, at the moment, with the wars that's going on around, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing what you can do about it. It's up to the leaders of the world, and I hope they clash their heads together and figure something out where we can all live in peace, or the majority of us can live in peace without going to war and killing innocent people and babies. Anyway, let's move away from that. Yes, dark places and depression. I'm not saying you've got to move to a different country to actually fix that problem. Well, I've gone all dizzy since I stood up. But I think it's only ourselves that can take us from these places. So we've got to think long and hard about making changes. Making changes for different people. Obviously those changes will be different. But we've got to do it. You've got to do it, because no one's going to do it for you. And my change was coming here. My change was coming here. And it was one of the best things I ever did, was coming here. Like I said in the previous videos, I had a hard time to begin with. Well, not to begin with, when the novelty wore off, and, I started to get the feelings of, have I done the right thing, and blah, blah, blah. But I have done the right thing. I'm still here. I love it. I love it more now than ever. And I say I've got my beautiful wife. I've got a great son. So I've achieved something, and my legacy will stay on in the Philippines, because I've got a son here who carries my name. So I've left a legacy here, I suppose. Maybe not a financial legacy, but there's better things in life than having a financial legacy, And greed is an addiction, by the way. Greed is an addiction that there is no medication for. And please, I've never been like that. I'm pleased I've never been like that. But greed is an addiction. The more you have, the more you want. The more you want, the more harm you will do to others getting what you want. And I've seen that too many times. Not here, but I've seen that too many times in my life. Greedy people. Yes, we all need money. We all need to have a little bit of money, but that doesn't mean to say we have to step over other people to get it, There's enough money in the world to go around if you're willing to work for it. For me, in my life, nothing has ever been given to me. Nothing has ever been given to me in my life. Nothing. I've always had to work for everything, which I think has made me a better person, because I really appreciate what I have, which is not a great deal, but it's enough. It's enough for me. Let's see where my little boy is. Let's have a look. I think he's in here. There he is, look. There he is. There he is, my little boy. Hello.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, we've got the Christmas tree up. My wife put the Christmas tree up in September. But yeah, we've got the Christmas tree up in September, like I said. Very, very odd, but you know, it's the Philippine tradition, so that's up. Yeah. TV's on, no one's watching it. We bought a solar light there yesterday. Bought a solar light. This thing here, 3,000 watts apparently, with the solar panel there facing the sun. And 600 pesos, guys. 600 pesos with a remote control. Works well so far. And I think it's not Chinese because it's got Korean writing. And I know that's Korean writing because I used to work in Korea. Korean writing. So yeah, there it is here. LED solar garden light. Solar light. Yeah. 600 pesos. 3,000 watts. And yeah, it's charging. Working well at the moment. Working well. But look, guys, you know, this is my garden. You know, you've all seen it before, I think. But for the new people who's looking at the videos, how good is that, eh? How good is that? To wake up in the morning. I've got a cup of coffee somewhere. I don't know where that's gone. And I sit here every morning, and I look out at that every morning with a cup of coffee. Lovely, eh? So yeah, guys, yeah, you got to find your own happiness. You've got to find your own contentment, and you've got to be at ease with yourself. You know, you've got to be at ease with your own life. You know, and everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. Many years ago, I suffered with a bit of depression. Many years ago, when I first got divorced, actually, from my first wife, I did suffer from depression a little bit. And people said, your friends said to me, "Oh, go to the doctors, get some antidepressants." No, I said, I don't need to do that. I said, I'll get it out myself. You know, I'll fix it myself. And I did. You know, I kind of give my head a shake, and you know, got out of it. I know there are different levels of depression and different things that bring depression on, you know, but mine was just because of marital things, you know, at the time. But it was one of the best things that happened to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here now, and I wouldn't be living this life that I'm living, and I wouldn't have, you know, my lovely son, you know, that I have here. So I would have missed out on all of this if I'd have still been married to my first wife. I'd have missed out on all of this. So I think everything happens for a reason. I'm not superstitious, and you know, I'm not religious in any way, shape or form, but I think, you know, things happen for a reason. You know, one page closes and we turn to the next page in the new chapter of our lives, and we just get on with it. And that's what we have to do, guys. We have to get on with it. We have to make the best of what we have got. And you know, I'm one of these people where I always look on the bright side of things, or I try to look on the bright side of things, you know. Instead of, like this house, you know, we've got such a long way to go on this house, but rather than think, oh, how much work have we got left to do, there's loads, I think of how much I've already done. So I think I've done a lot of work in this house, and I don't think of how much more I've got to do, because I've done a lot, and that's good enough. You know, I don't think, oh, I've got to get it done this week, I've got to get it done this month. These windows will go in whenever they go. Well, these windows are fitted, but around the house they're not. We've only got 3 windows fitted. There's another 8, I think, to be installed, and the glass sliding door in the bathroom's got to be installed. But hey, there's no rush. You know, we've lived like this for the last couple of years, and we just do a little bit every now and again when we get a little bit of budget. And that budget could be $100. So, you know, we do a little bit with $100. You know, it's over 5,000 pesos, you know. 5,500, yeah, 5.5, what is it, 5,500 pesos or something. So that's how we, you know, get along, and that's how I operate. I don't operate thinking I've got to get things done yesterday, I've got to get things done, it's got to be finished. I'm not like that anymore. All that has left me, it's gone, and I feel so much more relaxed. It's like a big weight being lifted off my shoulders. But like I said, when I first came to the Philippines, I was like that. You know, I don't think you can leave that the Western way of life or the Western mindset just like that. I don't think you can. But I did it. I think I did it because I had to do it. I had to do it because of financial reasons. Here's my little dog again. My little dog's back in again. So yeah, I did it because I had to. And do you know what? I'm so happy that I was able to do it. I'm so happy I was able to do it. Now, no pressures, no worries, no stress. It's like financial burden free because we haven't got that way of thinking where we have to get things done. We have to buy the best of everything. All of our furniture is really cheap. The only thing that was really expensive was the refrigerator. That was only, and the TV. But the TV wasn't that expensive really, but that's the two most expensive electrical items in the house, and the laptop. But I need that for work, so I think what you need to earn money, you've got to spend money to get that item that you need to earn money. So that's a necessity. The ref is a necessity. The TV's not a necessity because no one watches it really. It's on, but everyone watches their cell phones. My wife is on a cell phone. My son is watching the computer when I'm not on it, and he might watch the TV when I'm working or when his mum's on a cell phone, but not much. So that is not a necessity to a degree, but it's nice to have. I never watched the TV. Even when I was in England, I never watched the TV. Only when there was a big event on, like boxing event, because I love boxing. I've loved boxing since I was a child. My father was into boxing, and I used to watch it with him growing up. And so I've always been into boxing. I love it. But football, I don't like football. British don't like football. Can't see the sense of kicking a ball around a bit of grass and trying to kick it into this area, and they get paid so much money. Is it jealousy? Maybe jealousy. I've got a little bit there. They get too much money for 90 minutes of work. But yeah, so guys, listen, I'm going to go now because I'm ranting on. I'm off on a tangent. But thank you guys. Thank you for the subscriptions. Absolutely brilliant. We aren't monetized because we haven't got the watch hours. But hey, we didn't do this channel, or I didn't do this channel with the intentions of being monetized. I just did this channel because I thought I've got spare time, and I want to just share my life with people who would like to listen to it or watch it. What happens in my life, and to maybe give a bit of guidance to the best of my ability. It's all about psychology, how you think, how you weigh things up, and how you can analyze things to give yourself a better life. And sometimes having a better life doesn't mean having more money. It means being more contented without having too much money, or being able to live without too much money. I managed to do it. No choice, but I've managed to do it, and I'm very, very happy. So guys, I'm going to go because I'm ranting, but thanks for the subscriptions. Hit the like button. Also share the videos as well if you would like to share the videos, and subscribe if you would like. If you don't, it's fair enough. No one's holding you around by the neck. Subscribe to Steve's channel. It's up to you. But yeah, thank you guys who have subscribed, and thank you for taking the time to watch these videos. I really do appreciate it. Take care, and wherever you are in the world, stay safe, stay happy, and try and stay healthy as well. That's very important. Stay healthy, and just think of the things that you have got. Don't think of the things that you haven't got. Think how far you've come, not how far you've got to go in life. I think if you think like that, you live a lot longer. Thank you guys. Take good care. Bye bye.